What if you could speak English so naturally that it feels like your first language? Welcome to Ank's English, your go-to channel for transforming your English fluency with real-life tips and inspiring stories. I'm Ank, and today's episode is a game changer for anyone who's ever felt stuck translating their thoughts before speaking English. If you've been pausing mid-conversation, searching for the perfect word, or feeling like your native language is holding you back, this episode is for you. We're diving into a powerful method. Stop translating. Start thinking in English. By the end of this story-driven journey, you'll discover how to speak fluently by weaving English into your everyday life. So, grab a notebook, get cozy, and let's unlock your English potential together. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We drop fresh, actionable English lessons every week to help you shine. Have you ever noticed how translating in your head slows you down? It's like running with weights tied to your feet. Let me share a story about my friend Mia, who moved from Italy to Canada. When she first arrived, she'd mentally craft sentences in Italian, then scramble to translate them into English. It left her hesitant and frustrated in conversations. But one day, while chatting with a neighbor, she decided to let go and just speak. The words weren't perfect, but they flowed, and she felt free. That moment changed everything for her. And it's the secret we're exploring today. Thinking directly in English. Picture this. You're at a bustling farmer's market, the air filled with the scent of fresh bread and ripe fruit. Someone asks, "What do you do for fun?" If you're translating, you might freeze, piecing together a response word by word. But if you think in English, you could say, "I love biking through the park. It's so refreshing." Simple, natural, confident. That's the magic of bypassing translation. When I was learning French, I struggled with this too. I'd overthink every sentence, trying to convert English into French. But one day, while ordering coffee, I just said, "Un café, s'il vous plaît." No overthinking, just speaking. It was a small victory, but it built my confidence. Let's dive into how you can make this part of your life. Imagine you're telling your best friend about your morning. Instead of crafting the story in your native language, try saying, "I woke up early, made pancakes, and took a walk by the river." It doesn't need to be flawless. Just let the words come. The more you do this, the easier it gets. Another trick is to narrate your day in English. As you're brushing your teeth, think, "I'm brushing my teeth, and the toothpaste tastes minty." When you're cooking, say, "I'm chopping onions for tonight's soup." These tiny moments train your brain to live in English. Here's a real-life example. My friend Leo, who recently moved to Australia, started describing his day in simple English sentences. "I went to the beach. I saw seagulls. I ate fish and chips." At first, it felt awkward, but soon he was speaking without hesitation. His wife noticed how much more relaxed he sounded. The key? He stopped worrying about perfection and focused on communicating. You can do the same. Start with short sentences and don't stress about mistakes. They're part of the journey. Another powerful tip is to learn phrases, not just words. Instead of memorizing good and morning separately, learn good morning as one chunk. When someone asks, "How's it going?" don't piece together a response. Use a phrase like, "It's going great, thanks." This makes you sound natural and saves mental energy. My student Clara used to struggle with this. She'd translate every word, making conversations feel like puzzles. But after practicing phrases like, "I'm looking forward to it," or "Can you help me with this?" she started speaking smoothly. One day she told me, "Ank, I ordered pizza in English without thinking twice. It felt amazing. Now let's talk about real-world practice. Imagine you're at a bakery, eyeing a golden loaf of sourdough. Instead of translating, say, "Can I have that bread, please?" If the baker asks, "Would you like it sliced?" respond, "Yes, please." These small interactions build confidence. My friend Sam used to dread these moments. He'd rehearse translations in his head, but it made him nervous. So he started practicing one sentence before entering a shop. "Can I have a coffee, please?" After a week, he was chatting with baristas like old friends. Another technique is shadowing. Listen to a native speaker, maybe a podcast or a YouTube video, and repeat their sentences right after them. If they say, "I'm heading to the gym," you say it too. This trains your brain to process English faster. My student Priya tried this with movie lines. She'd pause her favorite rom-com and mimic the actors. Within a month, her speech was faster and more natural. She even started using phrases like, "You've got this," in real life. Let's explore a daily routine to make this stick. When you wake up, say, "It's a new day, time to make coffee." As you walk to work, describe what you see. "The sky is clear. That dog is so cute." At lunch, tell a coworker, "I tried a new recipe last night. It was delicious." These micro moments add up. My friend Aisha made this a habit. She'd narrate her commute in English. "The bus is crowded. That billboard is huge." By the time she got to work, her mind was already in English mode. Mistakes? They're your friends. When I was learning French, I once said, "Je suis fromage, I am cheese," instead of "Je suis fatigué, I am tired." My friends laughed, but they understood and I learned. Don't let fear of errors stop you. Keep talking. Keep practicing. My student Raj used to freeze when he couldn't find the right word. I told him, "Describe it instead." So when he forgot umbrella, he said, "The thing you use when it rains." It worked, and he kept the conversation going. Let's try a quick scenario. You're at a cafe, and the waiter asks, "What would you like to drink?" Don't overthink. Say, "A cappuccino, please." If they ask, "Anything to eat?" reply, "Just the coffee, thanks." Practice these exchanges in your mind before you go out. My cousin Neha did this before her first solo trip to London. She practiced phrases like, "Can I have the bill?" and "Where's the nearest station?" When she arrived, she navigated the city with ease. Storytelling is another gem. Try recounting your day in English like a mini-movie. Say, "This morning I jogged in the park. The air was crisp, and I saw a squirrel steal a nut." My student Omar started doing this every evening. He'd tell his wife, "Today I fixed a computer at work and ate spicy noodles for lunch." After a month, his fluency skyrocketed. He said, "Ank, it's like English is part of my life now." Let's paint a picture of a day living in English. You wake up, stretch, and say, "Time to start the day." You make breakfast thinking, "I'm frying eggs. The butter smells so good." On your way to the store, you spot a bright red car and think, "That car is so cool." At the checkout, the cashier says, "Did you find everything?" You reply, "Yes, thanks. Have a great day." Later, you meet your friend Zoe at a park. She asks, "What's new with you?" You say, "I started a new book. It's about space exploration." The conversation flows, and you realize you're not translating. You're just speaking. Here's a story about my friend Diego. Last summer, he visited a small town in Ireland. At first, he was nervous about speaking English. But one day at a local pub, he struck up a chat with an old man named Sean. Diego said, "I love the music here." Sean replied, "It's traditional Irish folk. Do you play any instruments?" Diego answered, "I play guitar." They talked for hours, and Diego didn't translate once. He told me, "Ank, it was like English became my language." Another practice is preparing for common situations. If you're going to a doctor's appointment, rehearse. "I have a sore throat." At a restaurant, practice. "Can you make it quick?" My student Layla did this before a job interview. She practiced answers like, "I'm passionate about teamwork, and I learned problem solving at my last job." She aced the interview and landed the role. Let's try a role play. Imagine you're at a bookstore looking for a gift. You say, "Hi, I need a book for my sister. She loves mysteries." The clerk asks, "Any specific author?" You reply, "Maybe Agatha Christie." Practice these mini dialogues at home. They'll feel second nature in real life. My friend Tara used to role play with her brother. They'd pretend to be customers and shopkeepers, laughing at their mistakes, but learning fast. Listening is key too. Tune into English podcasts or watch shows like The Great British Bake Off. Don't stress about every word. Just catch the vibe. Repeat phrases you like, such as, "That's a piece of cake." My student Noah watched cooking shows and started saying, "Let's whip this up" in his kitchen. It made English fun and practical. Challenges can spice things up. Today, try speaking English for 15 minutes straight. Maybe describe your plans to a friend. Tomorrow, order food in English without hesitating. My student Priya set a challenge to compliment someone in English daily. She'd say, "Your jacket is awesome," or "You have a great smile." It boosted her confidence and made people smile. Let's wrap up with a final story. My friend Elena moved to the U.S. for work. At first, she struggled to keep up in meetings, translating every sentence, but she started narrating her day in English. "I'm writing a report. I'm grabbing lunch." She practiced phrases like, "I agree with that" for meetings. One day, her boss praised her clear presentation. Elena said, "Ank, I wasn't translating. I was just speaking." It felt like freedom. Fluency isn't about perfection. It's about connection. Every time you speak without translating, you're building a bridge to confidence. So keep practicing, keep living in English, and watch your fluency soar. Thanks for joining me on Ank's English. If you loved this episode, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more tips to master English. Drop a comment below. Tell me how you're practicing thinking in English. See you in the next video.